Good day to you, my fellow endoskeletons. I'm Kenetor and welcome back for another Starbase progress report. We're on week 48 of 2020, and if you're new here, I bring you the latest news and updates of everything Starbase every Monday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out. Now let's get to it. Last week saw a mad rush to get out there and start building stations as they were patched in. Some were set back by bugs, and some built their stations hundreds of kilometers out. But the faction that finished their station foundation first was the K-Bots. With the foundation complete, you get access to the station designer and can start laying down the blueprint to start filling your stations, which works the exact same way as it does in lots. Stations will take most groups quite some time to complete and are currently not multiplayer buildable. However, purchasing station parts from the origin station and transporting them there will allow for auto building from the station storage. This week's Lowry quotes start off with a screenshot from the history books. Here is Starbase in its 2018 form. I think you can see this looks very different from what we have right now, and that's one hell of a dense asteroid field. Next up, since I know many of you are always commenting that you really want to get in, and trust me, us alpha players really want you in too, last week was when waves were supposed to start again. This quote from Joel shows why, with the new stations added that had quite a few bugs that needed to be fixed first, and the invite waves will now be starting again this week. So cross your fingers that you get an invite soon. And we're expecting many more invites going forward, as Lowry says they want to break the game big time now. And to do that, they're going to need many more players, all testing various areas of gameplay from tutorials all the way to station building and everything in between. Finding and fixing bugs and features is a top priority for Frozenbyte, and Lowry is quite happy with all the progress they have done so far, and thanks the testers that have stuck around to help find all these bugs. For those wanting them to just release the game, the final part of this quote should be noted. Several groups went straight out to build stations, and several of these stations were deleted due to a bug. This is not something that would be acceptable to many who paid for a game, to have so many hours and resources wasted. So please have faith the game was delayed for good reason. Now onto the progress report. The main design features worked on last week were ore distribution throughout the belt has been reworked, more common ore now available and hotspots containing rarer ore have been added. Work on factory systems has been continued with the 3D printer has now been added to the interior designer and shops. Initial pre-installed blueprint chip selection has been added to the shops. Improvements to 3D printer and blueprint chip are being designed to focus on status information. And resource grid utility box power supply design has been adjusted to better support multiple 3D printers. In station design, we have the intersection walkways of various grid slots have been updated as their railings were colliding with vertical bridge and mass transit stop modules. Overlapping decorative panels have been fixed on the Empire VIS HQ and the Kingdom VIS HQ. Transponders for player-built stations were designed, and new city areas are being worked on. Now onto the gameplay updates. An issue where lots build objects disappear due to a save error has been fixed. Station and lots can't be saved by people who do not have access to them anymore. An issue where station blueprints got shifted into a wrong position has been fixed. Each built hologram no longer triggers a lot save operation. An issue with building a station blueprint owned by another player has been fixed. Resource network limitations with pipes and cables have been finished. Utility box fixes have been implemented. Remote explosive devices are no longer turned into debris even though they're small. An issue where the 3D printer got stuck transferring finished item to station storage has been fixed, and an issue where idle station terminals spontaneously crash the game has been fixed. UI updates this week are Resurrection Machine UI has been designed. The layout redesign for the player CV page continues. The design for Station Blueprint tab in Universal Tool has been started. Automated building options were designed and added to the station's UI. Inventory weight has been added to player. A fix for not being able to pick up parts that are built to station blueprints is in the making. A fix for not being able to pick up station foundation blueprint projector to inventory is also in the making. A mass limit has been added to backpacks, and mining backpacks single slots are now dynamic. Automatic building options have been added to the building page on Stations tab. Work on enabling items in the auction house UI is underway, and a fix has been made for priority snapping points shown in the spaceship designer. Audio returns this week with experimental mass-based scaling has been added to ship acceleration sounds, and support for death music is in the making. Designer updates this week are Pivot Override has been added for objects that have a custom pivot point to rotate around, and an issue where the cable tool was malfunctioning with connected to snap points has been fixed. Animation changes this week. Our work on tripod animations continues. Rummage animations for first person added to the saw tool, battle rifle, revolver, repeater and anti-gel. And new rock paper scissor emote animations are available. And for station art changes we have skyscraper interiors are being worked on, and new hologram designs are also being worked on. In weapon art we have an afterburn effect has been created for basic missiles, and an afterburn has been added to missiles and torpedoes. And longer burning mounted plasma hits have been added and worked on. And lastly, other updates this week are Lot Designer module tooltips now show the amount of connection ports found in each module. And also for the Lot Designer, added a new module category for modules included in the blueprint chip selection. In Spaceship Designer, new 15, 30 and 45 degree beams and plates are underway. The Praetorian armor set textures, paint jobs have been added. The fuel rod's explosion has been updated and afterburn VFX has been added to it. Textures for large asteroids have been updated to more closely resemble the smaller ones. And the resurrection machine model has been finished. Texturing, LODs, etc. are underway. This week I'm featuring a little bit of what my faction has been up to, out testing a new and improved Edelweiss mining ship, comboed with a large modified hauler, making good use of programmed laser patterns to slice and dice up some space rocks. As always, link to the full video and video creator Fatfly's channel in the description. Don't forget, if you do get into closed alpha, be sure to send any funny or awesome clips and recordings my way for a chance to be featured on the channel. Feel free to contact me via Discord or come jump on my Discord server, which is also home to my faction, the K-Bots, should you be looking for one to join. As always, smash that like button, share the video with your friends and faction, leave a comment with any questions you want answers to, and I'll see you in the next one. Kenetor, out.